Welcome back, guys. Today I thought it would be a good idea to show how to play the card game AOH, because it appears that nobody would know how to play the game because, well, you've never been told, and the only way to find out is, well, online, right here. So I was going to go over exactly how cards work and how the turns work, both yours and your opponent's. Now, there will be future videos that explain further details like card mechanics or specific words and what they mean and, how that will work. However, for today, we're just going off what the card layout is and turns. So we'll start with the card. What we have is just a basic, average looking kind of card. We have the border, we got all the stuff. We got card levels, pictures, that is obvious. Type, subtype, artist name, bottom left. We have the attack, shield, and armor. We have the set name and the number of the card in the set. The type of card, so the essence type. The actual cost of the card up here, and the card name, of course. So I'll go over one thing at a time that may be different from other card games. The card level. This level indicates the difficulty of being able to play this card. Basically, you start out with a leader on your field, and it is basically just a being that is just your first one. It's basically like the main leader of the entire group. And what it means is the level of your leader that you have in play is the level of cards, the max level that you can play. So if I have a level 2, I can play level 2s and 1s. And if I have a level 3, I can play all of them. However, if I only have a level 1, I can't play level 2 and 3 cards during my turn or during my opponent's turn. So that's just, you're stuck like that until it's time to upgrade, which means that you will be putting a level 2 being on top of your leader, making them a level 2, giving you access to level 2 cards. Same thing with level 3s when you want to become a level 3. Now, the weird stuff that has to do with the attack, shield, and armor is a little bit different than other card games. Normally you'd attack, and if your guy is stronger than theirs, they'll automatically, lose. They'll be removed from the field. Ours is a little different. So you have the attack, and it's the amount of damage, it will do to another card when it attacks. That's pretty basic and straightforward. Shield is a little weird. Shield basically prevents the first amount of damage this card would take in a turn. So, like here, for Kent Firework Enthusiast, for 6, attack, 2 shield, what would happen is, say if another Kent attacked him and did 6 to him, this card would, basically absorb the first 2 damage, and he would take 4 actual damage to his armor. That for 2 basically represents the first 2 damage that this card would take during a turn. It's stopped. It's completely nullified. But the rest of it, for the rest of that turn, all damage is accepted as normal. So if he takes 6 from another Kent, he takes 4 there. If he gets attacked by another Kent, who has still 6 attack, he'll take the full 6 that time, the rest of the turn, and every other time he gets dealt damage. Until next turn, that's when his shield regenerates. So it's just, after gets used for the turn, it's done until next turn. Then the next 2 damage for the next turn, it'll be absorbed. It's the same thing for every turn. So it's just the first amount of damage that's absorbed. Armor. This is the amount of damage points this card has to take, after all the damage goes through the shield that this card can have on it at one time before it's removed. So if he gets dealt, the 4, then a 6, and another 6, he'll have 2 armor left. If he takes that last 2 and go to 18, that's when he's removed from the field. He is put into the discard and force retreated. And if he has 17 and he survives another turn, he'll take him 3 damage to get through, because 2 shield, it'll take that 1 damage after the 2 is removed, and he'll go to 18, and then he'll be removed. Cost. This is where you use your essence cards, which is just basically the currency in the game. Yeah, you flip it, and it provides 1 of the color, and you use it up here. It's like a lot of other card games, like Force of Will, MTG, things like that. And this is just a symbol, it's just showing what kind of card it is. A card can have a background that might not be the same color, but it's almost always going to be the same color with the icon. This just represents what kind of card. So if you find this symbol on a card, like over here, it'll mean that that's the kind you'll be using. If a card said like this being gets +1 attack for every aspiration, being on your field, it'll mean it has to be a being that has this icon. This one specifically here means you're paying one to use this effect. You're paying one aspiration essence to use this effect of himself. And rest just basically means, this. It means he's used. Same thing with attacking. You'll just put him sideways saying the card is being used appropriately. This also happens when they defend. Because when attacks happen, rest, you declare what card in your opponent's field, let's say they had, this card, let's say they had Frequency Bot. He would attack, declare that, but if he had another being, say this was their leader, and they had Frequency Bot. Or, rather, this was their leader and they had this. So you're attacking their leader. You choose, this is where you want the damage to go, to the leader to try to make them lose the game. They can decide to either take that and have, 6 damage go to their 2 shield, make them go down by 4, or they can rest their card on the side and it'll defend that. And he'll take the damage same way. But how it works is they deal their damage to each other at the same time. So if they block, not block, defend. Those words get easily mixed up. So if they defend, they'll deal 6 here, they'll deal 6 here, because that's what their attacks are. They'll take a total of 3 damage to their armor because they have 3 shield. They'll take 4 because they have 2 shield. So they both deal at the same time, regardless of who's attacking. So then they would stay like that, and then if I had another being up here and I attacked and they chose, not to defend with that damage would be dealt, the same way without any shield preventing it. So if they attacked for 4, it would take 4 more and a total of 7 for that turn. So by stacking, beings' attacks onto the same other being, their damage will be heavily multiplied while their attack only hits the first shield when you're attacking on your turn. So they're taking a lot more damage to their armor, and since you're getting the better trade-off there, you'd be closer to winning. All right, so let's go on to the turn, phases. We have the beginning phase, which makes all starter turns happen. You unflip your essence, you unrest your cards, and then you draw. It has to happen in that order, okay? Start turn, then you unflip, then unrest, then you draw. What you can do throughout this time and at all times is any cards that are on your field, you can activate their effects no matter what it is. Rest, pay essence, just activate it in general. It's already there, you can do that at any time. It doesn't have to be during the main phase. You can also play surprise cards. Those can be used at any time on your turn or your opponent's turn. Same thing with activated effects. They can happen at any time. Then we go on to the action and main phase. So this is the phase where you can play do your main stuff, in the game. You can get essence cards, you can attack, you can do basically the same stuff, but you can also play all cards. It doesn't have to be a surprise. It can be any kind of card. So, maneuvers, objects, constructs, beings, manifestations, and soon to be in the next set, tools, everything like that. So that's just basic. And I want to say, essence cards, those are like I said about earlier, it being the currency of the game. Those you get by putting, during this action, your main phase, once per turn, 1 card from your hand into your deck. You shuffle it, just anything from 1 card from your hand into your deck, and you unlock the top card. This just means putting the top card of your essence pile into your unlocked essence zone, so then it can be usable. It's like if you were to place a land from your hand in MTG and put it onto the field, and now it's usable. It's just instead of your hand, the essence card is coming from a small pile, and it's just the top one. So that's how that works. And unflip essence just means if there is an essence that is flipped and is used, it basically is now, it's replenished. It's able to be used again. It's turned straight up. It's as if you were resting in essence. You can either put it sideways or you can turn it upside down. I don't care. You guys do you. End phase, just end of turn. That's it. That's really it. On your opponent's turn, as always, you can play surprises and activated effects. During all times of the game, you can do that. The only thing is, during the action phase, whenever they attack, you can defend and make their attacks go to different spots, being beings, and that's it. And if you somehow get it, you can make your own constructs and objects block. That is rare, but it can be done. That only happens when the cards, say you can. But anyway, that is it specifically for this video, the card and the turns. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and you can join my Discord, and I can leave that in the description below where that's going to be. And fair warning, I doubt this would happen. However, there will be no other forms of social media where we'll be getting information for this card game. So if there's any Facebook page or Twitter account about this, stuff, and people are claiming to be us, do not listen to them. That they are not who they say they are, unless one of my workers decided to go off on their own and do something that I did not allow. However, if this changes, I will let you guys know practically immediately. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Take a look in the bottom in the comments or in the description, wherever I put it, for the Discord link. And guys, have a great day. Oh, yes, and I forgot to mention, this was all in the Gamecrafter under Aspects of Humanity. That's rather important. I'll leave that in the description below as well.